From 1961, we present the inimitable Mr Pewter Fenters with his Etiquette for Gentlemen.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another instalment of this new series with me, Mr Pewter Fenters, where I shall be looking at everyday etiquette for gentlemen. This time I shall be looking at the correct way for a gentleman to behave when out travelling. Yes, they say that travel broadens the mind, but it can also lead to many a slip-up for those who are not entirely au fait with gentlemanly conduct. Yeah. Even the simple act of escorting a lady to her carriage can have its pitfalls. A gentleman should offer his right arm to the lady, leaving his left arm free to open the door. When she is safely ensconced inside, he should then close the door and convey her instructions to the coachman. If he is invited into the coach, he must always take the seat with his back to the driver, unless he receives permission to sit alongside the lady. And of course, he must take great care to keep his muddy paws off the seat. Travelling by train, a gentleman will purchase the tickets while the lady waits at a discreet distance. He should then inquire if the lady wishes to read on the journey, and if so, he should make sure adequate material is purchased for her. Yes, a romantic work of fiction or a magazine about the latest fashions should suffice, although I personally would opt for the monthly publication from the Kennel Club. When the train arrives, the gentleman will open the door of a suitable carriage and hand the lady inside before entering himself. He should take his seat opposite the lady unless he's invited to sit alongside her. Once again, he must endeavour to keep his muddy paws off the upholstery. Yes. Should he wish to smoke, he must ask her permission before doing so. Yes. It appears that more and more people of the respectable classes are now travelling by Omnibus. This means coming into close contact with those of the lower classes, who may not have been taught the correct manners when travelling in a crowd. To a gentleman or a lady of a discernment, it may seem frightening at first to be closeted so close to these creatures who may smell and be badly dressed, but I believe most of them have a heart of gold. While waiting for an omnibus, it is considered impolite to urinate on the bus stop sign. Yes. When the omnibus draws to a stop, always let those already on the vehicle get off first before you attempt to enter. If you are with a bitch, then accompany her to a downstairs seat of her choice. Yes. Make sure that as you make your way along the vehicle that you do not tread on the paws of other users. Should another passenger be travelling with a dog, try to resist the urge to bark or growl at them. When sitting on a seat, you must never take up more room than is necessary. Yes. Newspapers can pose a problem. Their large, cumbersome sheets can become dangerous weapons when the pages are being turned by those less graceful in this art. Yes. Sticks and umbrellas can also be viewed as hazards. Be careful not to trip up a fellow passenger or indeed poke out one of their eyes. Also remember that it is discourteous to hump the leg of the female bus conductor. If a lady wishes to go on top, then you must let her. Yes. Some people think that the men must mount first before the lady, but this is not so. No. In fact, in any walk of life, a gentleman should make sure that the lady comes first. Yes. A gentleman is in no way obliged to give up his seat, and a conductor should not be so rude as to ask. Besides which, no self-respectable lady would expect a man to do so. If a gentleman chooses, of his own choice, to give up his seat for an elderly or infirm person, that is quite acceptable. If you're travelling alone, then you are free to make your own choice of seat. I always find it best to sit outside or on top, as I believe the new saying goes. Yes. It is quite permissible for a gentleman to smoke when outside or on top of an omnibus. Yes. Should he be asked to remove his pipe or put out his cigarette, it shows the ill manners of the person making the request. When the omnibus arrives at your stop, the conductor should have already alerted the driver that you wish to alight at this point. It is quite permissible for a gentleman to get down first in order to help the lady off the vehicle. Yes. One further piece of advice. You are not obliged to tip the conductor or the driver of the omnibus unless, of course, you have not paid your fare. I hope that you found this programme most enlightening. Join me next time when I will be instructing you how to behave when attending a dinner party. Goodbye. Goodbye.